Hey guys, so it's been another long minute since I made a video. I really don't, I don't use YouTube that much anymore. I pretty much just spend a lot of time alone and, do all mind my own business and whatnot. But this video is kind of in response to some of the comments that I get. Oh, oops, sorry. Didn't realize I had a glare in my glasses. But yeah, so it's pretty much just a video in response to some of the comments I've been receiving. A lot of them have been really positive, and I really do appreciate them. And the ones that subscribe, like, I mean, I don't know what you guys are subscribing for, in all honesty. I don't, I'm not gonna be, I don't know when I'm gonna be posting videos. Literally, whenever I'm just thinking about one or I just feel like it's time, I just, I go ahead and I reach out, or not reach out, but talk to you guys or make a video like this. And I don't know if what you guys are waiting for, if you guys are just like down to see what's going on, because I don't want anyone to be like misled or to think that like my channel has anything to do with like trying to teach anybody anything. Trying to teach the Bible, like trying to be righteous and be right. I mean, I'm not teaching anything. I can't be a teacher because I haven't learned the way. I'm still learning. So all I'm doing here with these videos is just sharing my experience. And you guys, like, some of you guys really like that, and that's cool. I really appreciate when you guys go ahead and leave comments telling me about sharing your guys' intake on what you guys are doing. I like hearing that because it gives me an idea of what other people are going through, because it's not just me. I'm not the only person in the world, but I'm worried about myself, obviously, because I can only worry about myself. I can't be worried about everybody else. But when you guys leave those comments, I really think about it and I'm like, wow, man, these people are serious. And I always wonder where you guys are, because in no way am I the like example or like a role model at all for the followers of the Most High. Like, I still sin daily, and that's just being honest. At where I am in life right now, it would be impossible not to. Because in all honesty, the road to the following the Most High is not easy at all. No, in no way is it an easy feat. Like, I wish I could say that it was, but if it were easy, then I wouldn't be human. You know what I mean? But that's just the way it is. That's really what life is about. But I'm not even going to act like I'm perfect. I'm not going to act like I'm better than anyone else, because I'm in the same boat as you guys are. Some people are worse off than I am, and I'm worse off than others. It's just how it is because of how many people there are. But for me, I have to do my part, and I really have to focus on myself. And I think that's what everyone has to do. When I made that video, some people were like, oh yeah, you know what? Have fun on your own. You're gonna be by yourself, and people act like being by yourself is a bad thing, when it's not. It's a learning thing, if anything, because you have no one influencing you. You have no one influencing you but your own thoughts. And that's really important, especially on this journey. At least that's what I think. When it's just you and your Bible, who else is going to be like, oh, this means that means that? No, it's your interpretation. Can you address other people to try and get some clarification? Well, I don't see why you wouldn't. But I mean, you're not going to necessarily have anyone influencing you or telling you what to do. You're just going to have the word of the Most High. And I think that's what our purpose is supposed to be. That's that's the voice we're supposed to be listening to. When we create these groups, or when we create like these camps, some people call them, that should be just to share our experiences. But we should always be focused on bettering ourselves for the Most High, because you cannot be worried about your neighbor. Now, obviously, if you see someone doing bad, it would be toward their benefit that you call them out on it. That would only serve to help them. You're not going to hurt them by telling them the truth or telling them that they're off course. You tell them so they can take in the information and hopefully, address it. That's how we're supposed to grow, by being critiqued. But the word of that Bible, there's nothing bad in it. I mean, obviously there's some messed up stuff in there where I'm going to have to do some research to see where the history comes from and the accuracy and other things like that. And that's going to take my whole life. That's just going to be a lifelong thing. But I mean, the overall message and the overall how you're supposed to carry yourself and how you're supposed to interact with others, for me, that I feel like that's the most natural way to live. For others, that really is a struggle. And I struggle with some of those things too, just because of where I've been brought up. And it's crazy because it's like some people just know. Some people are doing really well, at least for what you can see on the outside. You never really know someone completely, but there's really people out there who are on the right track, and it's no problem for them. Whereas for me, it's like, dang, I have to change so much stuff, and I'm not going to say I necessarily have a problem with it. It's just I have a tendency to hold on to old bad habits. And I really have to break them. I have to work at breaking them. And the Most High shows me, He has to show me literally, this is the reason why I don't allow that, why the Most High doesn't allow that. There are reasons for everything. And they get shown to me so slowly. The thing is that there's no way. I learned about being a Hebrew Israelite. It's going to be coming up, either it's just been a year or it's going to be coming up on a year. And what am I supposed to do? I'm not perfect, and I'm not even going to try to act like I am, because to do that would be deceitful. I'm just sitting here in front of you. But when I learn about certain topics, it's like I still have to learn how to quit it myself. So I can only share with you how I was able to get over it. I told you in another video for the eating pork example, the reason why I was able to get over it is because after knowing that I wasn't supposed to eat it, I ate it and I got a bad stomach ache. I took that as a sign. I said, I'm not effing with it anymore. What's the point? It's like one category of food. There's tons of food in the world. So what? You don't need pork in your life. And other things, so some things were easy for me to quit, and other things, they are going to be difficult. And it takes real mental evaluation, and I really think it takes some isolation in order to teach yourself and to train yourself what you're supposed to do, because then after you've spent all that time alone, if you worked yourself up and you've become this pristine figure to go out into the world and represent the Most High, after you've done that, when people come and they talk to you, how can they influence you? At that point, you now then have your own information to share. You can then be the influencer. And instead of influencing them to be selling drugs or freaking drinking lean and stuff, you're influencing them to say, hey, this person carries themselves in a way that I want to. This person is all about peace and love for others. Dang, I want to be like that. I think that's the main focus of what each and every person should be doing. So it takes a maturity too. It takes maturing, because with everything, that's how you go ahead and you grow. You learn for yourself. Sometimes you do learn from others. We're all so similar, but we really all have other things to fight. Like, one person's sin they have to work on is going to be different than another person's, and they all need to focus on that. I can't be calling out Sally Mae because she's walking around outside half naked, because that's something that she has to address for herself. I can say, hey, Sally Mae, you're not supposed to be doing that. But other than that, I can't say oh yeah, she's this, she's that. I can't judge her. How can I do that when I have my own house? I have things I have to take care of for my own body, for my own self. So how can I be worried about her, what she's doing over there? When you're trying to follow the Most High, it's one thing to say you're going to do it, but it's in a whole other thing to do it. A whole other thing. And it's frustrating. It gets frustrating, and it's going to take a lot of praying, in all honesty, because I don't see how you're going to try and get through any of this without speaking to the Most High. I don't know how you're going to get through it without His help. I pray all the time for guidance, because I know He's the only one who can give it to me. I pray for guidance from Him. I don't say, send me someone to guide me or anything like that. I say, please, Father Yah, guide me, because I need guidance right now. I am lost. And I feel like I'm in a place where I cannot learn on my own. I cannot find my way on my own. I'm asking you for your help. I just didn't realize that this is just the path. And it's okay to pray. And it's okay to ask. It's okay to feel ashamed. all I tell myself every day is when, like, if I even think about doing something bad, I just keep saying, like, the penalty for sin is death. The penalty for sin is death. Like, that's what I just radiate in my mind. So every day when I wake up, that really is a blessing. That really is, like, you are lucky to be here because the penalty for sin is death, and you've been doing your fair share. You know what I mean? I feel like everyone should feel like that. But I do think that it's important that we can share with one another, but there's no point in trying to kill each other for not being right. There's no point. I do know that obviously go kind of contradicts some of the things that are in the Bible, but what I'm saying is work on yourselves first, and then you can worry about your neighbor. Once you get your house in order, then you can worry about your house. Because obviously, let's just take for an example, you live in a suburb, right? And all the houses on the block look the same. Your house is on fire, right? So if your house is on fire, are you going to be worried about the house next door that's flooding? Or are you going to be trying to put the fire out in your house? Because if it were me, I'm not going to be at my neighbor's house trying to make sure that their house isn't flooding. I'm not going to be over there. There would be no point because my house is burning. And where am I going to live? Am I going to live in the house with the flooded house, with the people who have their own problems to deal with? I'm going to go ahead and just add my problems to theirs? I just don't think that's how that works. So I don't know if that's a good analogy for you guys, but that's just kind of how I see it. You really need to worry about yourself first. And then obviously, what I can say is if somebody else's behavior is affecting you, you have every right to go off on them, to fire off on them. And however way, if you want to do it in a calm way, if you want to just tell them point blank, like, don't be doing that ish, however you want to do it, that's up to you because you don't want to be corrupted in any way from external sources. If the corruption is going to come from somewhere, it should be you shouldn't be being influenced so easily by others. That's all I'm saying. I just wanted to kind of just share my piece and just kind of do an update since it has been a long time since I posted the video. Just want to let y'all know, like I'm not dead or anything. It's just I have to be really working on me, and I don't want to come back and address you guys without anything new to tell you. Without anything that I think would portray or exhibit the progress, not even progress, but just like the stages through this process. For you guys, if you don't have a passion or if you don't truly want to build a relationship with the Most High, it won't happen. It won't happen because it is difficult. Imagine being in a relationship. How much effort do you put into trying to make a relationship work with another human? Just think about that. If you're in a relationship or if you've been single for a long time and you're wondering why your relationships never work out, even though you always try, like just think about the effort you put into that and then multiply that by like 50. Not even that, by like 500 million. And then that's the effort you have to put into making your relationship work with the Most High. It is an all day, every day thing. The number one priority. And in all honesty, when you do that, when you strengthen your relationship with Him and you follow that path, it only benefits you. There's no drawbacks. There are no drawbacks to being a good person. That's the thing. And it's amazing once you feel like you're getting to that point, once you've come over another hurdle, once you're like, wow, I've left that behind, that life of that area or that portion of sin. It just feels like you've really triumphed. It's a great feeling. And you get to experience that along the way. So why not? But on that, I just wanted to, not really anything. There's no point, I guess, necessarily to the video except that if you are struggling or you feel that you need some direction, turn to the Most High. The Most High is the answer to everything, and I'm learning that every day. Every day it's proven that He is the answer. Every day.